3, 2, 1. Okay.
You have my
Okay.
screen as
Yes.
Do you have mine as the only?
Oh no, this is me. Oh wait, I need to
Right.
put your screen in
You're gonna
though.
put the intro in, right?
Right. So the third, isn't it the third?
What?
Isn't it the studio, the ATEM that I need to be on?
Yeah. Is it not in the right?
It's not on the right camera.
Okay.
Well, we are just looking over some stuff here, guys. There's a few things that came out of whack. Hold on a second. Let's just make sure everything's working correctly. It looks like our Twitch is working correctly. Let me do YouTube real quick.
Okay, that should be the desktop and program,
Okay,
right?
it is. Yes. Okay,
So, yeah,
guys.
we were supposed to be doing this when you hit the go live button.
Right.
So instead of that, we'll do this now.
Yeah, we'll do it now.
Here we
All right.
go.
Boom. All right, there we go. Let's go.
Super cool. Wow.
Wow,
We're
an
cool.
intro, guys. We are really stepping up our game here at Infinity Times Infinity Studios. Welcome
That
back to the
wasn't
show,
embarrassing and terrible at all.
Master Phil and DJ Dank. We got it going on here. Today we got a couple extra things. We're doing here today. It's more. It's going to be for the studio. We're kind of upgrading a few things. For example, lighting, right? We have some new lighting from Dogang. Is it Dogang? Dogang. Dogang? I gotta say this right. Dogain. Okay? Yeah. Dogain. So they're
Man.
smart lights. They're smart LED lights. And we actually have them right over my head right now. They're being really smart, right, Dan? Super smart.
Yeah, they're smart enough to take orders, you know.
Sure.
If you wanted them to do something else besides what they're doing, for example, you could tell them to become a color.
Well, okay. My whole world just changed. It's actually really cool to be able to just change lights. Now, almost all the lights in our studio can be changed by an app on Dan's phone.
Yeah, they're pretty much all at that point now.
Yeah. So, I mean, you change the mood for singer, recorder. We record music videos in here. We can change up the lighting, make it look cool, make it look hot. You know, really hot if we want to.
Yeah, are we in quad or what are they looking at now?
We're in quad right now.
Okay, so yeah.
So
The
if you
light
look at
behind me, for example,
yeah,
is becoming brighter and dimmer on my command. Like a genie in a bottle, I'm gonna rub you the right way,
exactly,
as they say.
of course. And you know that on Twitch, you're always seeing streamers with different setups, different all sorts of crazy lights. This is a way you can do it where you just use the light fixtures that you have, and then control it from your phone, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing about smart lights. You would think maybe that you'd have to buy like light fixtures and install those, and do construction in your house and stuff like that. But actually, it's just light bulbs that communicate with either your phone or a hub or both through Wi-Fi. So they go in regular light bulb screw holes everywhere where a light bulb goes.
Right. Back in the day, they would have to have all these crazy lights with like gels and all sorts of things going over the lights, like really hot lights everywhere.
Yeah, and lights are all kind of made to do different things, you know. So lights that you light something with, like this, as we've showed you in many of our streams already, are kind of purpose built, so they're for different things. Like the ones behind Master Phil right there are, you know, they've got soft boxes on them, so they could be for portrait or interview lights immediately as they are here in the studio. So we try to make all of our equipment all ready to go and right there at your disposal.
Exactly. So lighting is one thing that we've kicked up a lot from the beginning. The beginning, it was like a rather dank, dark cave that we were working out of.
And I am dank, so obviously, you know, it fit.
Yeah.
But not everybody wants to be in Howl's Moving Castle while they're, you know, watching the live stream environment. So,
right. And
in this case, though, we are still fairly castle-like. You must admit that we've gone to a dim lighting style. So much so that we may look bad again in our YouTube side.
well,
Because YouTube was really liking the way we were looking on our last couple streams here, guys. We've had comparisons happening all the way throughout, and in the description you may have read something to the effect that the YouTube compression algorithm for video has been making us look like we're characters in an 8-bit video game.
right.
But that's not happening anymore somehow.
Thankfully.
And we're thinking that if one of our 4 quadrants is dark, that's what's throwing it off.
Mm-hmm.
So we tried to keep all 4 of the quadrants more even that last time. This time, however, we're back to having a dark quadrant, so I'm sure we'll experience the same issues once more.
Well, yeah. I mean, lately YouTube's algorithm has been doing much better. Of course, whenever we go on a Twitch tends to be way better, like right away.
Oh, Twitch is beautiful. Much love to Twitch video.
Yes, much love to Twitch video.
In general, is Twitch the most perfect service ever made in human history? No. I mean, it's still got its problems, you know.
Probably not. But,
Everybody got their problems.
I mean, they are, you know, focused on different things than what YouTube is. You know.
Yeah.
You're kind of using 2 different types of tools here.
Yeah. Streaming, to optimize streaming is a completely different animal, most likely, than to optimize video content that's uploaded. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I mean, to YouTube's credit, they are doing both simultaneously. Mm-hmm. And, you know, that's respectable because there's no uploading to Twitch. So they get to choose, you know, they get to do shit one way, where YouTube's trying to do it all the ways. So,
right.
But both, you know, both are going to be continuing to gain traction, I think, as people start to become more like you and me, Billy.
Yeah.
Internet surfer dudes.
Yeah.
Hanging 10
and
out there in the virtual waves, bro.
Right. And if you're new to this channel, then we are, you know, basically trying to help other people upgrade their studios. We review technology.
Yeah.
We bring in, it usually has to do with audio, but there's a lot of video with audio as well mixed in. So.
Yeah, we're Infinity Times Infinity Studios because we do 2 types of things. It's a video editing studio as well as an audio recording studio.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, the gear that we're talking about obviously is going to be mostly related to those 2, but these lights are more of a general thing, right? I mean, this stream in particular, I'd say, is more pertinent to your average everyday human being.
Yeah, let's say you just want to make it sexier inside your home. You know, you could get these lights.
Yeah.
Of course, if you have an R&B singer in the studio, maybe they want to see, like, you know, some sexy lights, right?
Right.
But, you know, like heavy metal might want some, like, bright red lights in their face or something while they're singing heavy metal, right? So, I mean...
I didn't do the slider halfway.
Okay,
it's only
you guys
the
are seeing a 3rd quadrant jellyfish
thing
going on but there's a reason for this. Okay, we're
Yeah.
coming to that. Okay, but what I want to do is I want to gimbal around and show you these lights before we get into that. We found
Camera
something that's
4.
cool with the A10 Mini, and he's doing it right now in the third quadrant, which is.
Well, I don't know if it's actually going to. I don't think it wants it.
You don't want to do it?
Let me see.
It was doing it just a second ago, so
Did
it's
it do it?
surprising if it doesn't do it. See him sliding that slider?
Camera 3. This is what's supposed to be in program. Oh, is this program? No.
Let me think.
Uh,
It looks like there's something going on in the background there, like where it's
Yeah, it just keeps showing the desktop.
okay.
Wow, this fucking thing just turned the YouTube off. Just straight up turned YouTube off. You fucking kidding me?
The Samsung tablet has problems some days. you know.
YouTube just crashed completely and was gone while I'm trying to monitor the shit. So,
Okay.
since I'm getting a feed of this, I can't tell whether it's actually switching because I'm not monitoring.
Do you want to see this?
It should be on camera 3 right now because program is camera 3.
Mhm.
So, it's like it's not. What about if I turn off the key? Does that change anything?
It changed it to where it's like the ATEM software controls solid now, basically.
It wasn't before?
It wasn't. It was like overlaid before. There was some type of weird overlay going on.
Oh, okay. Well, then that is what I want.
Yeah, there it is. That's the half and half right there.
Boom.
Okay, that's what we were trying to show you guys.
See, I can't see it if I'm not monitoring. Look at what my monitoring is just the desktop.
Oh yeah, it's just the
because
desktop.
I'm mirroring the desktop from over there.
Right.
So if we're still in quad, y'all, this is what I am using to try to show you something, and my tablet's not showing me what it looks like. So
So
this is what happens during live streams.
These are the things that happen during the live streams. It'll
As well
happen to
as
you.
The Roku fish tank popping up instead of our logo.
Right.
Maybe we'll just do away with that for this particular stream. So, managing many things at once is part of the Infinity times Infinity Studio experience here.
It's part of it. Definitely.
We're in a quadrant, and often we're showing you things in quadrants that we aren't actually standing in, but there are things that we are demonstrating or something about what we're showing you that is in those quadrants. So
Right. So what he's done here is he's mixed the two together. One's over the top of the studio shot, and its opacity is turned down to where you can see jellyfish swimming around in our studio.
Well, yeah, it's actually what it is like it's just half and half, There's no opacity.
So one's
It's just the slider. It's just the slider.
right.
We're halfway in transition. I kept the slider halfway.
Right. So what it is it's a crossfader.
Mm-hmm.
And so the crossfader has half of one and half of the other.
Yeah.
Which is what he's saying.
So probably what that results in is indeed opacity happening,
Right.
such that it's 50% right in the middle for
Right.
each,
And if you
and
pull
60-40 this way,
one
40-60
way,
this
yeah.
way, etc.
Exactly.
So yeah, technically, Master Phil knows what the fuck's going down. So if he says something is what it is, then yeah, that is what it is. But there's like a different thing with the controlling or something would be the only reason why I would ever say something like, oh no, it's not the opacity, because technically in this case there's a slider that goes from one to the next. So
Right. And it's the same thing in audio. Like if you're mixing over an audio track in a DJ set, you slowly go over the middle to mix them together. So
yeah,
they're
you have a
half-
crossfader. You actually literally have a crossfader the same way as a video fader is often horizontal versus vertical. But a horizontal fader is what you'll generally see a crossfader be. And for a DJ, channel faders are generally in the vertical position. So often old school DJs wouldn't have a crossfader. So they would use channel faders like this.
Oh, just to do it. Like manually,
Yep.
basically.
And my buddy likes to put the crossfader in the middle and disable it.
Mm.
He's a house DJ, you know.
Yeah.
You know Jed.
Right.
Yeah. Jed, the way Jed would like to spin generally was to not use the crossfader and to keep it in the middle and just to use the volume sliders for each of the two channels that he's mixing as the way to mix it.
Right.
Because that's equivalent as well.
Yeah.
So just like we're talking about this crossfader thing, all it's doing is this.
Right.
You know? It's just a thing that you slide one thing instead of two at the same time.
Right.
So if you have a mouse and you're clicking and holding, you don't have to like do it in two steps, right?
Yeah.
It's all in one. But also on a hardware controller, you would have an actual handle sliding. Like Blackmagic makes their Stream Deck.
Yeah, they make their
you know,
Stream Deck
and
with
that thing's got the it's got.
Yeah.
That's what that's showing in the software is a picture of that slider that's
Right.
on that Stream Deck. So.
But those are like $3,000, where the ATEM's like, you know,
hardware unit is for the real
1,000.
pro who's actually mixing. Like if we had a dedicated person, perhaps that person would prefer a hardware console versus a software one.
It's always easier to control something with knobs and faders and things.
That's why I'm struggling right here versus being in there. In there, I have the monitoring for the shit.
You can touch the buttons if you want.
Well, no, also the
the
output from the camera link in there is going to the monitor.
The little monitor we have set up.
Yeah,
right.
That's under the camera. So not just the flippy screen. In fact, the flippy screen is irrelevant because it's just what's in the monitor that I need to see.
We kind of created a monitor situation out here with a tablet.
Yeah, if it was working, then I would have that monitor situation.
Yeah,
that is what I anticipated having.
Yeah.
So much like many of our live streams, something immediately didn't do what I needed it to do the way that I expected. So.
But whenever things mess up on our stream, that means like we are learning something new, you know, like so. Yeah. We might have to go with a different monitoring situation in the future, obviously.
Yeah, this tablet's just got to be replaced. That's all. I wish y'all that I had done the Amazon Prime deal for the Fire 8 or the Fire 8 HD. I think either one can still be rooted to have a Google Play Store on it.
Yeah.
Right now, that's the only way to have YouTube on an Amazon tablet, though, is to
have the Play Store still.
So you have to root it to get to the Play Store.
Okay.
Because Play Store doesn't install on an Amazon device because they're trying to keep you in the Amazon ecosystem.
Yeah.
Consuming
Amazon,
their books and
videos.
Amazon Prime videos and all that.
They don't want people learning off YouTubes.
Yeah,
if you can go into Amazon's.
Yeah, but. Interestingly, I believe long ago they did have a Google Play Store ability, and then they had removed it in this interest of trying to proprietarize.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's smart. It's smart as a business to become proprietary, and it's terrible for us as consumers because then we're stuck.
Yeah.
But
we still have options though. You know, there's always other types of tablets and things will always come out, new things come out, and that's why we're here, guys.
You know me, Billy, I'm always looking for which one is the option, or
right.
maybe considering two options in cases as well.
Right.
Like out there in the control room, or maybe in there I should say, since we're out there here in the live room, but in there in the control room there used to be a Windows machine controlling all those universal audio interfaces.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I've ever talked about that really on this stream. So that might be an interesting piece.
That is an interesting topic.
As a little bit of a segue here to talk about how Universal Audio's shit has gone down. Because at first they made these interfaces only compatible with Macs.
Right.
And so then at that time, really, my choices were limited, and I was still using the Focusrite stuff, which is still really good stuff. I mean, it's legit to this day. They still make a 2i2 that if someone buys, they're going to be happy.
Yeah, for sure.
But right after I bought a bigger Focusrite, the 18i20, the rack one,
mm-hmm.
A Universal Audio interface became Windows compatible. It was the Apollo Twin USB.
Right.
So then I got the Apollo Twin USB and used it with a Windows computer, and it worked reasonably well, but there was some audio latency associated with it being USB essentially. So while it was really a step up from what I was doing, it still wasn't quite the implementation that wows you when you're using it, you know? So then the second iteration of those Apollo twins had the Thunderbolt capability option or USB.
Yeah.
And then Windows computers began having Thunderbolt connectors in them.
Yeah, every now, or like certain ones, right? Just certain ones.
So the only ones I could find were Alienware laptops that had a Thunderbolt 3 connection. So then I used a Thunderbolt 3 to Thunderbolt 2 adapter, this big thing that's got a chip in it, so that it can basically just
convert.
Yeah, it's just a straight conversion.
Yeah.
So then Windows computers could run Thunderbolt audio interfaces essentially, and then the game was on as soon as Universal Audio made the software Windows compatible. But the issue with that over time has become that the Windows audio drivers aren't as supported with each release as the Mac drivers are, because the Mac drivers really don't change. They're pretty much kind of like they're always a standardized thing. So the Windows drivers actually started kind of crapping out on me. I was trying to use, music playing from streaming sources or from the internet or something at the same time as some hardware in a DAW or something, I guess, and just was weird. Bad things were happening or was stopping, stuff like that. So I finally decided to go to the Mac route to appease the UA gods that had been giving me issues because of my Windows choices. So now there's both a Windows and a Mac PC style computer in here.
Yeah. So we actually have both Mac, like Apple, all configured into our PC stuff. So it's like,
Yeah, we have the best of both worlds, in my opinion, as we have no compatibility issues or limitations due to software that most people experience that are committed to one platform or the other. And also, frankly, I mean, I've shed my pretensions about the differences, the potential problems with using each one or the other, because they were outdated. Because the way that I use this shit is the exact same way that I use the other one.
That other shit.
I even reprogrammed the extra weird key that is the Mac key back to the Control or Alt key or whatever it was on Windows. Just with one little replacement deal. And I'm back to exactly what I've known all this time.
You can
Control C and Control V to cut and paste. I needed Control C and Control V mostly for cut and paste.
And that was it.
That's all. That is all the only fucking difference there really was. And then all the other the things that are with command just go to Control. Which is what the translation is often in softwares between Windows to Apple shit. So actually, all of the different shit that made Apple really weird, like the single button mouse and
not being able to right click.
All that's gone. All of it is gone.
You're just assigning everything. You can assign whatever you want.
Yeah, and mouse, you mouse like a normal person. You have a right click and a left click, and a mouse, a regular Logitech mouse works on a Mac now. So
another thing about the Mac is that there weren't the loud ass fans from the Dell computers that were.
Well, the potential was there for the fan to get loud on those laptops. So part of what we were doing was to turn the screen off on the laptops to save power down there. And then also having them set on a platform where they're cooling pretty well. Not actually engaging any active cooling, because that also makes noise. We're trying to avoid noise. So what I did is Alienware has a fan control app. So I told the fan control to just leave the fans off until it's super fucking hot.
Yeah.
So it never gets that hot, so the fans never kick on hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
But the moment that I logged on to a video game, shit would start getting hot and fans would go crazy.
Yeah, for like safety,
So-
you got to have that.
So, you know, those laptops are otherwise pretty darn good for what I need, but they're kind of not ideal because they have a video card in them that has a fan.
For the fan.
And also their system fans are fairly
Are
loud
pretty
because
loud.
they're so small.
Right.
They're exhaust fans that are 2 or 3 inches in diameter at the most,
Yeah.
you know?
Now looking at your MacBook Air over here, it's like there's
Yeah,
no place for a
that's
fan.
no,
in
there isn't.
that. There's not a place
There-
for a fan.
there's
And
there's
it's silent
nothing,
as
there's
hell.
nothing.
It's super silent.
Yeah, there's no sound that comes from it
Yeah.
unless you have the speakers on, of course.
Right. I
But
mean,
Of course, I, like any other respectable person, I don't use the speakers in
yeah,
and
for
in
the,
in
for
the-
a
a MacBook
laptop.
Air. But if I had to, probably, you know, I would still use them.
it'd be worth it, right?
I'm not trying to hate. I'm just saying, like,
No, I
Yeah.
mean, but this is what this is what it's come to, is that all of the technology that we're using is for the greater good. It's not about like, are we Apple or are we PC? You know?
yeah. I mean, we've removed our prejudices and moved on to being unified in our approach.
I mean, for real.
So-
I mean, I
Yeah, that's an iPad right there.
iPad. We
This
have an
is,
iPhone in quadrant 4.
Yeah, there are Apple devices in here now, so shit is permeated.
Of course, the mainstream computer is a PC. It's an Alienware R7. Like,
Yeah, it's a pretty good box, but it's
Pretty-
nothing crazy.
pretty
I
darn
mean,
good,
we need it to stay quiet during the stream, and
Right.
it does,
and it does.
but it's not that quiet. We
Right.
could make it
still hear
silent,
it. Yeah,
right? Like, because it's liquid cooled, you would think that it'd be quieter.
you'd think
but
it'd
actually-
be silent.
It still makes noise liquid cooled.
It does.
So,
which is weird.
you know, we
But
could
it has
probably
that video card in there.
we could probably
too.
configure it to go fanless
Yeah.
on the CPU side because it's got the liquid cooling aspect.
Right.
But that's the problem, is that you're never going to tell the video card to not run the fan.
Right.
So
I mean,
there's always going to be a fan running in
there's
that
always
box.
a fan.
So now that we've moved the mic and shit away from that box, we're probably doing better.
Oh yeah, much better.
You know, now the way you have the mic this week is kind of scaring me a little bit. I'm sure it doesn't sound great, but forgive me, y'all. We have a lot going on right now. I didn't actually touch his mic this week, so
So
I know. I know.
So
it's
the
a
mic
little
actually
foggy.
started up high, and for some reason,
Yeah.
it's not tightening down enough to. It keeps
Yeah,
coming down.
yeah. It's
For whatever reason, it's not tightening down enough for me.
right. Yeah, it's probably has to do with the other geometry aspects there.
Okay. Well,
Master Phil's not a geometrist, more of an algebraist,
okay. Well, maybe I.
right? What's involved in finance? Not really algebra, I guess. More like calculus, maybe.
Yeah, finance is more like adding and subtracting, just really
Mhm.
complicated ways.
Indeed. Multiplies and whatnot. Lots of compounding interest, so you're doing multiples of future numbers and stuff like
Right.
that, you know. So
With this, I might need a sandbag or something. I don't know. Like, what what would you say?
oh, the reason why this is doing this, let me see. You were wanting something like this?
Yeah, I was wanting something like that.
I think it just comes down to brutalizing it.
Just going harder on it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we'll see if it starts to
We'll
sag
see.
there, but it's right in
We'll
the middle
see.
of the light now, so his key light is ruined by that new configuration.
Yeah.
So this is
Sorry.
why we try to do stuff before the camera rolls, but this is also why we show you everything in our streams,
Right.
right? So all it takes now is for his key light to be changed up a little bit. So luckily I'm actually like less idiotic than I used to be. I can make that happen for us right now. So that should be
Okay.
about what it needs to be. Again, it's looking a lot brighter now.
It's a lot brighter. Yeah. So let's see.
Probably the dial of the panel. It's already all the way down.
Yeah. So that's good. Yeah, it didn't need to be opened up any. Like basically, like that's good.
Wow.
Like that.
There we go. See?
Yeah. So
divide and conquer.
there
Perseverance pays.
we go. Anyway.
So yeah, we went from talking about like these lights in this video shit to talking about Macs and PCs, but that was basically just an aside to segue that we're using a computer to show you one of these quadrants. So the point of having the overlaid jellyfish along with the camera there in your quadrant is that we are going to be doing streams where that's our visual effect, right? So
Yeah.
a DJ stream is in my near future planning, and I try to do that. Actually, I said something about being a date in June or something like that, and then the power went out for several days. So I'm not sure we mentioned that either in these streams, but since then, that's the reason why I didn't stream before I left on vacation for a little while to Colorado. But
Right.
now we're back from that, and so yeah, back to the idea of doing probably like a DJ stream and a production stream each week, in addition to the one where we talk out here in the live room about the tech shit and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, this is all a work in progress. We are always trying to step up our game here. I think that the overlay plus the lighting in the studio is a big step up for sure.
Yeah, we've basically gotten to the point now where all the light bulbs are controllable by a device.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like fully smart, bro.
Yeah, the lights are way smart.
Ain't no smarter than us. We as smart as it gets.
We have smartphones. We have smart lights.
Our electronics is all smarter than us. Everything is smart as shit.
You know our microphones are boosted. I mean, we got some crazy boosted microphones if we want. You know.
Yeah, we got all kinds of smart shit.
So, yeah, there's a lot of things that we've learned along the way.
Let's see if
one
I
of the
try to
things
go back to
we're
YouTube.
supposed to do is the drums, right?
Oh yeah, the mix bus is on here. They turn themselves off after a while, so I'll turn the mix bus down and we'll turn it back on here.
Okay.
Oh, I thought we were gonna.
Let's do a little drum
goes.
action here.
Yeah.
The Drummersons. Okay.
Oh yeah, I hear it in the stream without hearing it out here. So now I'll turn your speakers on. Oh wow. Yeah, that's coming through enough probably to be kind of a bad thing maybe because it's doubling. It's coming through the mics enough.
What's that?
I'll turn his mic off.
Oh, that mic over there?
Yeah, that's probably going to be a lot of room mic. And mine is too, so we'll go without mine too for a second. There's different kinds of power.
Right. Oh, 808.
Oh, shit. That's serious. How does that sound in the room? Listen to it in headphones. That 808 is serious as shit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's
I love
that
it.
low bass boom.
It's
you know?
that low bass boom.
Yeah.
Man, they got some weird stuff going on here. But that bass, though, it's like, yes.
Yeah, it hits so hard in these headphones. See, and that's the feed that's going into the stream. So.
Yeah, I like that. Let's see here. What do we got that's just regular-ish drums here?
Shall we move your microphone over to you now?
So double bass. Okay, that was 1970s. Does that sound like a 1970s drum set to you? What's a weird one?
The sound of the 70s.
What's the
My
difference?
voice is the thing that sounds the most like the 70s in here.
Here's the electric.
It always makes me want old school rap every time I hear this one. Play him a song, Billy. Play him a song.
That is a weird sound. Because it's changing every time. That's funny. The electric drum and bass. Do you know how to drum and bass?
Yeah, I drum on bass all the time, Bob.
I don't know. This is Dan's actual forte here, drum and bass.
Yeah, they always have the most terrible kit called drum and bass ever in drum sets, though.
It's not to his
No,
flavor.
nobody would ever use that. In fact, drum and bass is made of all the best drum and bass sounds that you can find in sampling. So
Yeah, so they don't know what they're doing. Noise?
I'm trying to turn your mic on and off when you talk, and then when you play, I turn it off.
So this reminds me of like Beastie Boys or something, right?
Yeah. Let me tell you a story I like to tell about three bad brothers you know so well. Goes way back in history. Me, Mike D.
Right.
Like that brass monkey, right?
Well, Beastie Boys. Okay.
Ad Rock MCA and Mike D.
That's right. There's. I like to play with the magic. Let's see, is this yeah. So let's see here.
Ooh, yeah. Jamming out in a jazz club. Jazz. Some jazz jellyfish floating into your home through the internet. Infinity times, infinity times. That's how many times. How many times, infinity times, infinity times.
So I think that we've done it. Is it working? Is it working out there, guys? Comment if it's working, okay?
Yeah, I'm interested to hear on playback now what will have happened as I have entered and exited the 2050 that Master Phil speaks into each week here at Infinity Times Infinity Studios on our live stream broadcasts to you.
On our live stream broadcast to your face every Saturday, if possible. Sometimes not on Saturdays, but hey.
Every Saturday, asterisk.
Except for when we're not here.
Small print reading things like, or
Man.
whatever the fuck we want to do.
Man, but we have been grinding. We've been super busy. We're taking it to the next level for sure. It's like things are letting loose this year, you guys. Like 2021 is where it's at.
Yeah, we looser than a goose.
We loosey goosey up in this caboose.
We done got so damn loosey goosey we done turned to a moosey. You know what I'm saying?
we get loose up in here sometimes, you guys. Okay. That's why I put the funk band on. Okay?
1, 2, 3, get loose now.
Get loose now. Get loose now. We don't even need no drums. We don't even need no song.
Yeah,
okay.
I can sing that song. That's not that complicated.
I'll just do the beatbox for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we could do the quartet with our mouths. If that's what y'all want to see. Just leave a comment. Might be terrible.
Yeah, we're probably not going to do that. So comment that we shouldn't do it, please.
Comment that we shouldn't do that. We had Ethan Loomis in the studio last week, which is amazing.
Yeah, we got EL2 on the horizon, the
Yeah.
second album from the man himself. We just recorded in a marathon session manner some extremely tasty tunes for all of you. I'm very excited to have them exposed to you as though they were genitals.
Okay.
And I am a pervert exposing myself to you.
And we brought it back to sexualness on the stream.
Yeah, maybe that's why. I think I'm starting to understand why they said maybe no Amazon affiliate links. Yeah, thanks Amazon.
Thanks Amazon.
You rejected my affiliate links application because I don't have 1,000 subscribers. So I'll show you. I'll get my own Amazon style thing.
Yeah. Thanks for the Prime Day deals. Except that Dan didn't get the tablets.
Should have done probably, but that's all right. Maybe I'll wait for the next Prime Day. I think there's another one in summer sometime.
There's always some type of marketing thing where they're giving away tablets.
Yeah, those tablets are half price like half the time. So I'll just wait till next week when they decide to put it back or whatever.
Right. All right, cool. So I think we're done for the stream. I mean, unless there's anything else you want to cover.
Right, we showed the lights.
Lights.
We talked about the computers. We showed them the blend for the DJ sets thing.
Right.
That's an exciting thing. I forgot to mention these are videos that are I downloaded them from Serato, from the Serato website. So if you're a Serato DJ, if you use the Serato stuff, go check out what they've got for us here because of the time with the streaming. Everybody's going to be streaming, so they're trying to help us out, give us a little something that makes it a little more visually appealing and interesting than just regular plain old shit like you've been seeing. And
that's right. That comes right at your face like that. Okay?
I know that's right. I know that's right.
Infinity times Infinity Studios.com coming direct to you. All right. Go there. You're going to see a lot of cool stuff, some tracks, some things like that. You know what? One thing that we haven't done that we've said that we were wanting to do was possibly live stream onto the website, which is a possibility with Wix right now.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, my website is a Wix website, so we'll probably be embedding a live stream into our Wix. And, you know, I haven't really put anything about this whole streaming. I've actually written in the news about it, us being streaming and stuff like that, but I haven't embedded the YouTube channel onto the website like I've meant to do, and I haven't done the Twitch one. So I've got some work to do, y'all, but I'm going to integrate it all, and then you'll have a unified front being presented to you each week in such a desirable manner that it will be irresistible to you in every way.
Right, and that's what we are. It's just irresistible to everybody. You know what I mean?
Because of the incredibly desirable manner with which we present ourselves and our material.
Exactly. So you guys are learning, we're learning. Infinity times Infinity Studios. It's all good.
Yes.
Right? Come back, see us next week. We are gonna go hardcore. We're gonna grind with y'all.
Yeah, man, I want to show y'all some stuff. Universal Audio just came out with something that adds to their DAW, their Luna DAW, where you integrate into essentially an API console emulation happening in there. So I want to show y'all that. I want to show y'all the new Neve 33609 from them and the C-Suite CVOX program that reduces noise in real time. So tonight with these crickets, for example, I could pull the crickets down out of what I'm saying to you in real time if I run this through that shit. So all kinds of things,
all good
to
things
show you in the streams.
If you want to comment on things that you want to see, we may possibly have it. You know, like
let us know. I own almost all. There I think 13 plugins that I don't own from UA, and there's like 170 plugins. So
exactly.
Hit me up. Let me know which ones you want to see shit on. I just did. Y'all saw the stuff that had the Tube Screamer and some kind of an echo in it last time.
Yeah, Tube Screamer with the
Tube
echoes.
Screamer and
awesome.
I think the Space Echo. So
it was like an insane Radiohead mixture thing.
Yep. So y'all go check that out if you haven't seen that. And thank you for checking out tonight.
I know you guys have seen all the head videos, but I mean, if you want more videos about head, we could do that too.
Yeah. Other exciting news, just in closing for this week, is that we've now got our first few videos that have over 1,000 views here on the channel. So those are indeed the head series. And thank you for all those who've checked it out. Please remember to like and subscribe as you're doing so that we can hit those subscriber marks that make people take us seriously out there in YouTube land.
Right. And if you made it this far, you may as well just subscribe.
Click, 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 click.
Click them buttons.
Click, click.
Thank you for watching. YouTube's and Twitch.
All right.
Infinity times Infinity Studios. Out.